Hi, welcome back to the workshop for episode 21 of the GGBO 2022 build, and in this episode we'll be shaping and gluing on the back to the guitar. Okay, so it's time to pick up with the back of the guitar again, and basically what we need to do is get this cut to shape and glued on really. Quite straightforward, however there are a few little jobs that I need to do to the frame of this body before we can do that. First of which is I need to put a little cutout in here that will match up roughly with the bridge pickup, and that is so that I can feed my control pots and everything else in through there. And I also need to route a channel along there that will also meet up with the pickup routes, so I can feed the cable from the neck pickup through to the bridge pickup cavity and then through ultimately into the control cavity. So that's quite straightforward. It's just a matter of putting a bit of a straight edge on there with some masking tape and super glue and routing a channel in. I'll probably drill a couple of holes first just to get that going. From there we can pick up the location of the bridge pickup and mark it across here and then work out where we need to put that little cutout in. Okay, so first things first is we'll get this route done and get it out of the way. Well, that went better in my head. I lost control of the router a little bit there and it's chewed a lump out. Ultimately, it's not a massive issue. It's going to get covered over, so it's not going to get seen, but just a little bit disappointed that I couldn't get that cut as clean as I would have liked. But if we turn it over, we won't be able to see it. So now what we're going to do is transfer the marks from the back onto the front, and we'll mark out for this little notch that we need to do. So the pot I'm going to use is about 25 mil, so I shall just measure that out. I'll leave a little bit of spare. Okay, so in the first instance I'm just going to get this to the drill press, drill a couple of holes down through there, then we'll clean that out with a saw. I'm not going to be too precise with this. At the end of the day, it's all going to get covered up by the top anyway. Okay, so those two little jobs done there. You might be wondering why I used a hand drill instead of using the drill press to drill those two holes in. I've still got the drill press set up with the finger jig to do the second half of the back of the top, so I didn't want to disturb that. So anyway, with those two jobs done, we can now move on to the back. And that's the outside face of the back, so I'm just going to put that face down line the body up with the centre line. Just draw around it, simple as that. And then I'm going to get this to the bandsaw and get the bulk of this waste trimmed off. Okay, so that's cut to shape. I didn't kind of fine tune it or anything. I've left a little bit of excess over most of this. The reason for that is this frame is a little bit flexible and I just wanted to leave a little bit of extra material just in case I couldn't get it to fit exactly onto the shape that we marked out. I've also, off camera very quickly, I've just put a little slot in through the joins on here so that when we get this glued up we can insert the little bit of black veneer that's going to go in there. So there's nothing really left for it now but to get some tight bond on the job and a great big box full of spool clamps and get this all joined together. Okay, now it's all glued up. I had to be quite quick with that, so I didn't do any fancy filming or anything because the glue was clearly setting up as I was working. So hopefully we've got that down okay. I'm going to flip it over off camera and have a little check inside to make sure it's okay. It should be, that's nice and tight. But I'm going to leave this in its clamps overnight, strip it out tomorrow, and then we can see how we've got on. Which only leaves us a couple of little bits to do. Firstly, the recommendation for tonight is for a build by Son of Animus. I haven't caught up fully with that series yet, but it looks to be a really interesting build. So I'll put a pinned comment as usual with the link to that build in the description. So please go and have a look at that, spread the love, etc. And as far as I'm concerned, if you've enjoyed this, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.